Okay, welcome back, Nick Lenz Comic Corner, Classics vs. Non-Classics. This is episode number 1290 and Doubleshot number 1184. Now, still got two Marvel trades. Now, like I mentioned last video, this book is the end of this run for the book. Well, the first volume for the series. This is Dr. Aphra, Volume 7, A Rogue's End, collecting issues 37 to 40 of the Dr. Aphra series, the third annual for the series, and material from Empire Ascent. Yeah, this is a 4-part storyline that concludes this volume, where Dr. Aphra is reunited with Vader. Yep, reunited with Vader first up to the end of the first volume for Darth Vader series. So they also bring back 000 and the evil R2D2 in here, which, okay, that's interesting. And she also reunites with Captain Tevlar, which, once again, these two have sex. But this time, they actually managed to keep a little more clothing on this time for Captain Tevlar, because it was shown last time these two did this was actually at the end of Karen Gillian's run for the book. So I guess Simon Spurrier is like, okay, I did it once with Karen Gillian, so I'll do it myself. Have these two wonderful women imply these, yeah, definitely show that, yeah, these two had sex. Heck, they even show Dr. Aphra with these, at least with barely clothing on, which that is quite something for this character, because this woman is basically always shown fully clothed, and finally see her with her girlfriend, basically, well, in the aftermath, basically, on Captain Tevlar's ship, where she's applied to be with the Resistance, and she's also with the Empire, which I thought was kind of confusing. Also, now, the whole point of the storyline is that Vader has captured her and her father, yes, her father, making his first appearance since the start of this series, where he wants to have him tortured, yes, tortured, physical torture, to get the location of the Rebel base. Yes, that's the reason for this. Though Dr. Aphra does get away with her father, and of course 000 is, well, he gets his body, seems like it's been destroyed. As the Black R2D2, he disappears, isn't seen again. But Dr. Aphra does her own thing, and of course Captain Tevlar is left behind on Hoth. This is of course in Empire Ascent, which means Luke Skywalker. And the whole point of this story is to have the second volume for the series. We'll discuss that in a minute. Now, I should point out though, the main issue's artwork is done by Casper Woodyard, who does an absolute fantastic job with this interior artwork. It is really good. Thoroughly enjoyable, to say the least. Not the case with the damn annual. Like, oh my gosh, what the heck is this? Like, they changed the artist for the annual for, like, no reason. The artwork for the annual is done by Elisa Curator. Nothing against the artist, but wow. Such a drastic change from the artwork from the actual series itself. Now, I think that the cover artist of the book, Ashley Winter, I believe this is the same artist who did all 40 issues. Yeah, I think this is the same artist who did all the issues for this run, including Empire Ascent. Now, this book is just really good. Get this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Yep. Final thoughts on the first volume for the series. It's really good. Thoroughly enjoyable. And just pure fun to read. This is another really good series. Now, I should talk about something basically that I was shocked to hear about this. Because initially when Marvel was going to do a relaunch of the Marvel Star Wars titles, this was back in late 2019. It was very stated that this book was going to end with issue 40. And then Empire Ascent came out, where I didn't see any articles about this at all. This came completely out of nowhere. Like, where this story basically, to be continued, and Dr. Aphra number 1. I'm like, what? Really? So, despite the fact that it was kind of basically very implied to be stated that 40 was going to be the last issue of this series, nope, not the case. Because Marvel decided to restart the numbering for the series after 40 issues. Just like with Star Wars. Yep, just like with Star Wars. In the case of Star Wars, there's something pretty interesting with it. At least it led into something. I'm not really sure of what. I guess the reason why, because Dr. Aphra was popular, and the fact she's an original character in this universe, so why not continue her? Okay, then here's a clue, Marvel. Don't relaunch the damn book just because you got a new damn writer in the book. I mean, this book, technically, the writer Simon Spurrier, who wrote all the issues, who basically took over from Karen Gillian, who, by the way, Simon Spurrier came on during Karen Gillian's run, so at least Marvel did not have a reason to restart the book just because Simon Spurrier was the writer of the book. Yes, he came on with issue 13, and he became the sole writer of the book with issue 19. Though at least that, I appreciate that they finally built up on the potential romance between Dr. Aphra and Captain Tevelar. I think this was a fantastic romance and very well done. Though it's not really delved into very much in here. Though I kind of like the fact that we kind of, in a way, wrapped up this volume, which I thought was really nice. Though Captain Tevelar, from what I can tell from the recent issues, she's not in the current issues. Apparently, Dr. Aphra's hanging out with her ex-girlfriend, who at one point implied to be the wife of Han Solo. Yes. I have no idea why. Yep. But good book. Alright, next up to a much more weirder book. We have Symbiote Spider-Man. Alien Reality. Yes, the 5-issue miniseries by Peter David and the Tracer Greg Land. Though he apparently is kind of going... I like the first book where it was very tamed. This one, apparently, he's gone back to his old stupid ideas. Way too much smiling in here. More than usual. Now, in this particular story, we have apparently where the Hobgoblin takes over from Doctor Strange as a Sorcerer Supreme. Was what? This didn't happen. And we also have it where Nightmare is... It's more seems like a Doctor Strange story guest starring Spider-Man. Because Nightmare is in here. Oh yeah, and apparently by the very end, this whole mini-series was nothing more than a daydream. And also that this was really weird for this book. We had Natasha, aka the Black Widow, wearing the Black Cat costume for some strange reason. And also, this was really weird. We had it where apparently, according to this daydream, where Spider-Man was in relationship with Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow. I'm like, what? No. Of course, this is written by Peter David, so, okay. I at least appreciate the fact, oh yeah, and also I thought it was a really cool Easter egg. They had the Spidey-mobile. Yes, I thought it was so cool. The fact that the Spidey-mobile appear in here. Yep. Also, we had some really other weird things to happen, excuse me, I thought this was kind of weird. We had Spider-Man, when he was host of the Venom Symbiote, where the mouth opened when he had the symbiote. And I know this didn't happen at all. Though, when they revealed this was actually just an illusion, this whole thing, I'm like, okay, interesting. Though, this is the second miniseries set during this time period. I like the first one, which was really good. Had the Kingpin interact with Mysterio, two characters we've never talked before. I mean, aside from the Hobgoblin, is there any other really smart villains pop up in this book? Well, no, not really. And look, here is Natasha as the Black Cat. For reasons. Also, we had a guest star appearance by, at the very start of the book, we had, get this, at the very start we had Kraven the Hunter, which, yes, as far as I can tell, I don't think Kraven ever fought Spider-Man when he had the symbiote. When he wore the black costume, yes, but not with the symbiote. And look, here's the Spidey-mobile. Somehow it's been restored, despite the fact thing was wrecked back in Amazing Spider-Man 180. Yes. But it's so interesting to see the Hobgoblin with the cloak of levitation. And I at least appreciate, though, there's technically no appearance by the Green Goblin here, which keeps good continuity, which I do appreciate that. Also, apparently, because Spider-Man's in the room with the Hobgoblin, Peter Parker apparently grew a beard for reasons. Mm-hmm. Also, he goes on the business, and his Uncle Ben is alive. Now you know this is a reality when he is shown to be alive. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And then we have Baron Mordo show up. Yes, Baron Mordo, another Doctor Strange villain. Yep. Daydream, I think, is a recent character in the last, 20 years. Not an old character like Nightmare. Oh, yeah. Now, this, I appreciate this page right here because this is a classic nod to Nightmare's first appearance from, I think it was Strange Tales 1 and 10, which was also Doctor Strange's first appearance. And look, here's something that clearly never happened when Spider-Man was hosted Venom Symbiote. Yeah, that is seriously Spider-Man. That's not Venom, that's Spider-Man. Also, Jameson as Deathlock. Another thing that did not happen. And also another thing part of reality, Spider-Man saving Gwen, and the Green Goblin able to be Mary Jane Watson. What? And look, here's Daydream, Nightmare's daughter, and she's black. Yes, I think she had a miniseries. I believe so. I'm like, if she's Nightmare's daughter, that means Trauma is her brother. Yep. Though, of course, by the end of the miniseries, the timeline is restored to its proper function, which I do appreciate. Quick cameos by Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein, and I don't remember who this guy is behind him. But yeah, because, well, the timeline restored. We had the age of Marvel heroes. Yes. And by the end of this, basically, it's, oh yeah, this was just a movie. Apparently. Oh yeah, Natasha was not in a relationship with Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. Now, my only slight problem with me, aside from the fact this whole big dream, this was actually a pretty fun miniseries. I mean, despite the fact a lot of stuff really didn't happen, but it was actually pretty good. I give this book roughly I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It feels like a bit of a step down from the first miniseries, which had a really interesting ending. It looked like that Peter Parker and Black Cat were going to become a couple. But Black Cat doesn't show up in this miniseries. Nope. And this is a sequel to Symbiote Spider-Man. Though, next time we have Symbiote Spider-Man, is part of Absolute Carnage. Yep. And then you have also King in Black, which that's going to be interesting to review when I get a chance to get hands in the trade for that. Yep, so that's it for single review. I'm hoping to have time to do my one only anime review today, which will be ReZero. That'll be up soon, hopefully. If I'm hoping so. If not, I have to wait until tomorrow to do this, okay? See you next video. Bye.